Hey everybody. Alright, so here I am doing some more forms here. I've gotten that much of it done. But there's something that I thought of. So I'm using wire spool to tie rebar together. But what I'm finding is that doing ICFs, it's not so easy to do the rebar in them because you gotta, if you look, you gotta put, on this bottom course, you gotta put it 4 inches off the footing. So bringing that up and then tying that in, reaching down inside there with all the little webs here, it's kind of difficult, and then you scratch yourself up. You wish you wore gloves. But I started thinking, wait a minute here. Zip ties. Zip ties will work just as well. I don't know if you can see that down in there, but right here, I have put a zip tie around that rebar, and you want to be able to lap that rebar about 2 feet. You can go less, but I just go 2 feet. It's a good round number. And one other thing is finding a common seam, creating a common seam somewhere after a corner, before a corner, something like that. I've decided to do it about the middle of the back wall here. Since this back wall will be 8 foot all the way to about here, and then I'll drop it down. I'm going to go ahead and put my common seam in right here. So this seam will be the same all the way up. And you know, there's obviously reasons for that. I just saw another piece of rebar. I'm running short on rebar, but I used rebar along the top of that fence, that safety fence. And I did that for my grandkids. I told them, don't go past that fence. So, but anyway, so yeah, so I'm kind of running a little bit low on rebar. And I'm just going to go a couple of courses tonight and just get this down to right here, the end of the footing, and just get a couple courses in is all. That's all I need for tonight. But that's the rest of all I need for this part of the house. And but I'll go ahead and get moving, and we'll see you guys in a while. Hey everybody, all right, so it's been a while since I've come to you, but we are done forming up and bracing. You can kind of see my braces going down the side there. I've got them on the back and along the side on the outside. It's easier to work on the inside that way. And what I did is, I think I showed you guys these before, these little gussets that I made. I go around this, hold that in, and tie. I got these screwed into this, which runs all the way down, and then of course some of them I got 3, so it's the higher I go. But these act as a kick or a stiff back to hold that together. But this bad boy is pretty tight and pretty strong. There's a couple more braces I got to put on. One on the back, right around there, and then I got one in the middle of the tall wall, right there. I got to put one, and then right there in the middle, I got to put one as well. But I wanted to get more rebar, but they ran out of the metal rebar. So what I'm trying is this fiberglass. You can see some on the ground here, but it is a fiberglass rebar. And apparently this stuff has stronger tensile strength than all that. So we're going with that for my verticals, and I had a few more horizontals to put in. But we're gonna try that. All right, so I got to cut this down, but here, this line here, I'll actually cut it off back here. This is gonna be my power coming into my house, and it'll come here, and it'll come up in my box. My power panel will be sitting right here on this wall here. I'll just cut that where I need to. And of course, we talked about this rebar coming out because I'm going to add on. This will be a storm shelter, if you will. But I'll add on a little bit later with a block wall full of concrete. So I'll do that for that room there. And then of course we talked about my sump, my drain. Right here is where my main water will be coming in. And oops, this here, I've got a 3-inch opening going through there, and that's where I'll put, later on I will put my, I'm going to have a wood furnace, wood boiler. Interesting noise. but I'm going to have a wood boiler out there, in which will, at some point, will heat all my water, and it'll be all powered by, well, wood. But that's where I'll put my 2 lines coming in and out for my return and whatnot. But that will tie into my hot water heater later on, and we'll get to that point later. And then here is where all my sewer will be going out. It's a 4-inch line here. I've got a 2-inch reducer here, which this will tie into my sump. So this bathroom down here, the toilet, the shower, the sink, will all drain into this sump right here, and which there'll be what they call a grinder pump in there, and that'll grind, well, the solids up, and it'll take it out of the pipe, up, and out that into the septic system. That will go in later. I got this for my vent that will go all the way up through the roof, through the first floor, up through the loft, and then out the roof. And then this here will be everything coming from the main floor and also the loft. I'll have a T. This will come up and I'll tee off, well, kind of a T off up into the loft as well. So that's where all my sewer, all my water, everything from the house will be going out that into the septic system, that direction. And so yeah, I had put the power here, my old power right here. I'd actually stuck that in the concrete coming up under the footing and all, but I decided to abandon that because I changed up a couple of things on how I'm going to do this. See, this here will be my wall. It'll be squeaking right by that, in this wall, and I'll have my water softener here, my hot water heater, and then my floor heat manifolds and everything sitting over on this wall, and we'll get to that when we get there, right? So yeah, and then like I said, I've got them bulkheaded. I've got them bulkheaded here. And that's where I'm gonna stop for this year, and then later on in the early spring, I will continue to finish out another 20 feet. Yeah, another 20 feet. But you can see I've got rebar that I'm gonna leave out, so it's tied into the concrete already, and I still got to add a couple pieces in there. But you can see I've got the same thing over here. I've got rebar coming out, and then I've also got what they call a keyway. You can kind of see how this is. And so when I pour, or when I pull that out after the concrete's cured, I'll pull that out and it'll leave a little key in there. I don't know that it's necessary in these walls, the ICF walls or not, but I'm just doing it anyway. So that's kind of where we're at, and tomorrow morning is the big day to pour concrete. But I got all my steps in. I've got another window right here for the bathroom, and yeah, we're all plumb, we're square, we're level, and we're gonna pour concrete in the morning. So I'm gonna we'll see you in the morning. See you later. All right, so I do have a Suburban and a trailer, but both are down right now, and I need to get material to and from. So check this out. I don't know if you can see that. Here. I am dragging 2x6s down the driveway from the other house, and I'm dragging them behind my car. Did a little setup to where I could hook, just basically took a strap and strapped it around, tightened it up around the 2x6s, and as I pull them, it just tightens it up. So, and here I am pulling. Hopefully they stay on. Yeah, I'm still dragging. Oh, they fell off. Let's go take a look, see what I got going on here. I think it's because I was kind of making a U-turn. You can kind of see I got the strap here, and then they fell off right there. Hey man, you do what you got to do, right? You do what you got to do. Anyway, we'll come back to you in a little while. Bye-bye. All right, everybody, say hi. Getting ready to pour the concrete in the walls. We got the Labby family here open out and we're gonna get going. So we'll see you guys in a while.